What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm John Scott Won't Stop. I'm a second generation hairstylist that's been doing hair for the better part of 2 decades. My goal with this channel is to share some of the knowledge I've gained throughout my years in the industry with you. As always, be sure to subscribe and click that bell to set your notifications so you don't miss any videos. Today, we're going to be discussing the basics, shampooing and conditioning your hair. Fun fact, not a lot of people know how to properly shampoo and condition their hair. So today I'm going to be giving you guys step-by-step instructions on how to do that. I will also be inserting video demonstrating each one of these steps. So let's jump right into it, shall we? Preparing your hair for shampoo. It's very important that you brush out any and all tangles out of your hair before shampooing your hair, starting from the bottom ends and working your way up. So this is going to detangle the hair before we shampoo, as well as remove any of the hair that you have been shedding throughout the day that has just not released on its own. After that, we're going to run the water, but you want to run the water as cool as you can tolerate it. Cooler water on the hair is going to be healthier for it, as heat will lift open the cuticle, which can cause the hair to dry out. All right, moving on. Step one, fully saturate your hair with water. A lot of us, when we wet our hair as we get into the shower or as we start to wash our hair, we do this and we pull the water all the way through our hair, essentially wringing it out. And you need to have your hair saturated in water to activate the shampoo properly. So I will run my hands all the way through and get the excess moisture out of my hair, but also to make sure all of the hair is wet. And then before applying the shampoo, I resaturate my hair with water and I do not wring it out. This is where we're going to apply the shampoo. So we're going to pour a quarter size amount of shampoo into the palm of our hand. Now I say quarter size amount because that's average for medium length hair. I use about a 50-cent piece. If your hair is short, you're going to use less. You will figure out what amount is right for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to gently spread that over the surface of the hair to evenly get it spread out before we start massaging it into the scalp and the roots. So now that we have the shampoo evenly distributed along our scalp and our roots, and we started to get that to lather up, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the pads of our fingers, not our nails, but the pads of our fingers to exfoliate at the scalp and the root. When we shampoo, we're only going to be shampooing the root of the hair. And the reason why we want to use our pads and not our nails is because our nails, when scrubbing, can create micro abrasions throughout the hair, which will lead to dry flakes. It can also lead to irritation. And don't forget to pay extra attention to your hairline and the nape. When we wear our hair down, the hairline and the nape is covered, and where most of our oil can collect, causing more irritation in the future, especially if you have something like seborrheic dermatitis. So it's important to note during the first shampoo of this process, yes, I said first shampoo, do not expect a heavy lather from the shampoo itself. Right now, all we're concentrating on is getting all the oil, the debris, the pollutants, the products up off the scalp and onto the hair. And this is where we rinse. So when we rinse the hair, I like to kind of part the hair in certain areas to make sure all of the shampoo is off the scalp and the nape and along the hairline. Thoroughly rinse your hair, pulling the water, the excess water, and the shampoo through your hair. The reason why we only shampoo at the roots and the scalp is because the suds rinsing through your hair is going to be sufficient enough to cleanse the hair. Now that you have your first shampoo done, it's time to repeat all of these steps again. Oh, before we move on to conditioning, I wanted to give you guys a couple pro tips. Always make sure your hair is fully saturated with water when applying the shampoo. This is going to help activate the shampoo, and this is what's really going to get the shampoo working. If you're expecting a heavy lather or your shampoo to be very sudsy, you're only going to get that once your hair is actually clean. You can take any cheap shampoo off the shelf in the store, throw it on the floor, and it's going to suds up. A higher end shampoo or a salon quality shampoo, not necessarily the same thing, will suds up once the hair is fully clean. And you're only going to be focusing this on the scalp and the roots because, again, the shampoo rinsing through your ends and your mid shafts is sufficient enough to clean the hair. Now, if your hair is really dirty, like 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, then you're going to probably want to do a third, sometimes even a fourth shampoo. You're going to want to repeat steps 1 through 4, maybe a third or fourth time. I typically wait about 4 to 5 days to wash my hair. So I am repeating steps 1 through 4 about 3 times each time. We've made it to conditioner. So when applying the conditioner, you want to really focus applying the conditioner at the ends and working it up to the mid shaft. If you are someone that has trouble getting volume in your hair, or you tend to get oily fast, making your hair appear dirty quickly, avoid putting conditioner on your scalp or on your roots. Focus just on the ends and the mid shaft. However, if you are someone that does not have these issues, you can go ahead and put what residue is left on your hands up at the scalp and gently massage it in. Once you have the product thoroughly spread throughout the hair, I like to clip my hair up and continue with the rest of my shower. Everything when it comes to cleansing my face and cleansing my hair, that's done at room temperature or slightly cooler water, whatever I can tolerate depending on what time of the year, what season we're in. Once you're finished with the rest of your shower, I like to rinse my hair at the very end. I tip my hair back so that way it doesn't cascade down my skin and just kind of drips onto the ground. If you have, if you're not able to bend back that way, or you tend to have sensitive skin, rinse your hair out before washing your body. Just make sure you let your conditioner sit for a few minutes. Rinse your hair out before washing your body and make sure it's clipped up so that way you don't get any body soap or anything like that into your hair. But at this point, this is where we're going to rinse our hair with cooler water than what we've had. So usually by this point, you can tolerate a little bit more of a temperature change in the shower. So I try to turn the water down as cold as I possibly can stand. And then I rinse my hair with that. This helps make sure the cuticle lays down. It does take a little bit longer to get the conditioner to rinse out as much as we need it to rinse out. And then when I'm done with that, I will wring the water out and I will wrap my hair up in my towel. Not everyone should be using a towel for their hair, but towels work on my hair just fine without causing damage. Some people require like cotton jersey t-shirts, some require microfiber. Use whatever it is you use to wrap your hair up. And with that, the shampooing and conditioning process is done. It may seem like a lot of steps and a lot going on, but really it's a simple process. It's just a process that people tend to skip a few steps. A lot of people do not repeat the lathering and rinsing part. They just wash their hair once, then they condition it, and that can cause a lot of buildup in the scalp. A lot of people will also condition their hair starting at the root. Now, like I said, you can put conditioner on your root if you're someone that doesn't have an issue with achieving volume, or if you're someone that doesn't have an issue with oily, dirty hair. But what you're doing is when you apply it to the scalp first, instead of working your way up to the scalp, the conditioner is sticking to the scalp rather than spreading throughout the hair. So you have to keep going back for more and more conditioner. When I use conditioner, I tend to use the length of my hand because of how long my hair is. You don't need a lot of conditioner. Just make sure you scrunch it in. Adjust the amount that you're using so you're not using too much. You don't want it like super heavy in your hair where it's hard to rinse out. Now I can show you guys how to do a blowout, a quick blowout, but unless you have my texture or similar texture to my hair, it's not going to be much help to you. But I can show you some of the techniques that I use to get my hair as smooth as possible. So if you're someone that uses irons to style your hair, you can have a smooth or as smooth of a foundation to start with before you do your iron styling. If you guys would like tutorials on how to use different irons, how to achieve different curls with one iron, then go ahead and sound off in the comments below, and I will be happy to make those videos for you. All right, guys, thank you for joining me. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe and set your notifications. I really appreciate you guys being on this journey with me. If there's anything you guys want to see from me, again, sound off in the comments below, and I will try to make that happen.